Everybody wants to be successful, and yet we all have different ideas of what that is. Finding success is the journey we embark upon to go and get what's ours. We are willing to travel down within to find our greatness buried deep inside of us. Questioning society's views and flipping the script, putting our own stamp on life. We're here because our future is within our control. Finding success is how we grab hold of what is possible. The relentless pursuit of success starts here.
We are Finding Success. We're here to break that monotony of your life and help you find your version of success. Welcome back, guys, to the Finding Success podcast. And also, happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, whatever you want to talk about. There's some to in the throwing that Butson's got some idea about, but I'm just going to shut up now anyway.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. We have pre-recorded this episode so that we can all spend our time with our families as well. So hopefully you don't mind that too much.
Loved ones. That's the time of year. I'm sure they don't mind.
They better not.
No.
This week is going to be a bit of a special episode. So not only do we have the elusive producer here, Luke, involved in the microphone, but we're going to have almost a free-flowing podcast. We're going to talk about some structured news events that happened throughout the year that had an impact on general life, market conditions, day-to-day living.
Just no agenda necessarily for the podcast. Though. Could go anywhere.
Almost like a free-flowing.
Who knows
podcast,
where we could end up?
No structure. That's the way I like it. So, before we get started, don't forget, go back to episode 1, give it a listen through the podcast before you get to this one. If you listen to this one first, and you know it's Christmas, I'll let you off. But in the new year, go back to episode 1 and make sure you listen through every single episode just so you understand about who we are and what we're about, finding success. So, Butson, Luke, first topic
Well,
of the day.
shall we bring up first topic? So big things that happened this year. One of the biggest things, I know it sort of happened towards the tail end of last year, but it was official beginning of this year, was Biden's inauguration.
It's a big word.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I said that properly, but I think I did. It's quite a big thing. It sort of affects us. He's like the leader of the biggest country in the world, considered the most powerful country in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big thing. It affects everyone.
What is it? Obviously, it's massive for Americans because it obviously affects the way they live and their protocols or whatever and their laws. How does it affect us over the pond?
Very good question. Well, it's mainly about the political relationships. So how our prime ministers and that, how they get on with the American government, and I believe actually we're worse off with Biden as president. I don't know for sure, but I know the relationship between Biden and Boris isn't as good as Trump's and Boris was.
Okay.
So it's nothing that affects us day to day.
Yeah.
But it's something that could affect us long term
Down the
politically, and just even with like customs and stuff like imports, exports, might just affect that sort of stuff. Trade, so on and so forth. Everyday people probably don't affect us in any way whatsoever.
No. But it did have an effect on the market conditions, didn't it? I think you were saying.
It did, yeah. So, but every election does occur out in
Of
America.
course, yeah.
Because everyone's scared that it's going to make some huge difference. Suddenly, money's going to drop out of the sky, or it's going to all disappear and burn. But every time there's an election out there, there's some market volatility. But also he's come from a different position. I don't know a lot about politics in America, but he's changed a few things, or he was talking about in his what do you call it when you pitch to be a president? What's that campaign?
Yeah,
The campaign to be yeah.
Campaign ideas.
He was pitching some different like stimulus what do you call them? Plans that he would come up with. And it just started stimulus packages all over the place. Which benefits, I don't want to say it wrong, poorer people? Is that a nasty way of saying it?
Not at all.
People that need it, people that need funding and money and that. But that also creates an issue with the wealth gap.
Yeah.
Creates a bigger wealth gap, in my opinion. feel like you stimulate the people, the non-wealthy people in the world, and all they do is start pumping money to the wealthy people, because the wealthy people in the world are patient, and they're providing goods and services which, everyday people like me and you, consumers, that's the one. We get hold of, and so the wealth gap just grows every single time. Like something big like that happens, even when market crashes, recessions, and that, the wealth gap just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
You know more about American politics than what I do, that's for sure. I know who Joe Biden is, and my knowledge goes, that's it. But I know he is. I know he's president. I know he's the 46th president.
That is right.
That is right.
Apart from that, I ain't got a clue. So I'm going to move off that.
Yeah, sound. I'm happy with that.
To some more sad news. I think it was April time. Unfortunately, the famous elusive Prince Phillip sadly passed away. Age 99. And this is we did do a little research on this stat. He was actually born in June 10th, 1921. And before we started, Butson kept saying 21. I said, Butson, he's not born yet. But yeah, 1921 he was born, which is insane.
Mad, isn't it? He's not made it to 100 years, but he's seen the same year.
Yeah.
Like, century apart. That's mad.
It's unbelievable. Unbelievable achievement, I think.
Is century the right word?
Yes, century, yeah.
That's 100 years.
Yeah.
Just had to double check.
Yeah,
I thought I said
yeah.
All right. But that's incredible, isn't it? Can you imagine doing that? Imagine living to, what would it be? Quick maths. 2095 for me.
Yeah.
Woo! The metaverse would have taken off by then.
Yeah, it's scary, isn't it, when you think of it like that?
Like, the amount of change he's seen from, like, end of Second World War, from maybe just remember that sort of stuff, to now.
Yeah.
God, like, planes weren't really a thing back then.
I was going to say planes, cars were obviously not really. Yeah. Phones, internet, proper built roads and bridges and
luxury items.
Yeah.
Man.
It's unbelievable how much the world has changed in 100 years, isn't it?
Man, I bet he has some stories.
One day we'll have those stories.
Right. And you'll be listening to him here through this podcast.
Yeah, you will. Talking about this podcast,
dun, 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 dun.
The next biggest piece of news on our calendar, we're not talking about everyone's calendar, we're talking about sort of the FS calendar, was the release of this podcast.
Happy birthday. It's not a birthday.
It's not a birthday.
I mean, don't get me wrong, we started speaking about this podcast early January of 2021. Obviously, we didn't release it. The release date was July the 18th, I think, the first podcast we released.
Correct.
Which is insane. And it's only going to get better as well with more information than we provide to people.
For sure. Well, to be fair, even from that first episode that we did, I feel like it's come a long way.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah, 100%.
Because it was pretty dire.
The first time you ever do a podcast or ever release a piece of content to the world to see, you're nervous. You don't know what people are going to think about it. You don't know if you're going to get hate. You don't know if your friends or family aren't going to speak about it and aren't going to speak to you anymore. Or it's quite a big thing to achieve. And it really, realistically, you think of episode 1 and 2, how we're all timid and speaking really quietly and giggly. Ooh, yeah. And now we're just talking like we normally do day-to-day basis, like we're talking to you guys. It's really, really weird.
It's so weird.
But even today, like, we're still learning little things.
You're never going to not learn.
No, exactly.
It's an endless process, isn't it?
Just keeps getting better and better.
It does. It does blow my mind. But for one thing, I would say to people that are thinking about starting a podcast and are scared is just don't think about or worry about if your content's good enough, what people think about it. Any content is better than no content. Let's face it. So if you've got any form of content to release or any good products or anything that you can release into the world to help people grow, it's going to help you feel an amazing person to what it would be if you keep it inside. So for anyone that's listening that is scared of releasing a podcast, or if they've got content, or if they were just willing to help someone out, just go and do it. Don't think about it twice, just go and do it. And it doesn't matter what, the first 5, 6, 10 episodes sound like. As long as you're all happy with them and they're good, they don't have to be perfect. As long as they're good, then you should be really proud of yourselves.
Yeah, if you've got value to give, go and give it. It's the best thing you can do.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're here for, unfortunately.
Unfortunate?
Yeah, it is, unfortunately. Fortunately for them, unfortunately for us, because we've got to record it all the time. But we're here to provide value. That's our whole goal. Is we're here to change people's perspectives of life and how people look at the world.
Definitely.
Because we were in a bad spot.
We were.
A
Now.
few 4 years ago, and now we're a different place. So one that you like to talk about and one that you're more of a professional on is stocks. Specifically, how overvalued the S&P is and price of stocks inside the S&P. For instance, Tesla is one of them.
Tesla. That's a rocket ship at the minute, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's it actually at now at the minute, Slab? The price of Tesla, you know?
It's high.
Doesn't care, does he?
I'm coming.
It's into the four figures.
Oh yeah, I think it's still
for
1,100 odd, yeah. £1,100 a share. And so back in February, this is interesting. Early February, I did an analysis on Tesla.
That's right.
I think it was about £600 a share back then. And my analysis came up is runaway, it's overvalued. There is no value left in that stock.
No, $1,200 a share now.
Isn't it? Okay, so it's still up high. This is making Elon Musk the wealthiest man in the world as well.
Oh, by far.
Like he's in the 300 billions now, isn't he? Just double check for Slab. I think he's in the 300 billions with the Tesla stock at about 1,200. So he's well clear of Mr. Jeff himself. He's like, just said, see you later. Taken off. Yeah, going back to stocks. Did the analysis on Tesla, 600 quid was overvalued. And then come beginning of October, end of September, is it?
Yeah.
It just skyrocketed. It just leaped.
Took off, didn't it?
Because of, what was it? Because of an order of like 10,000 cars from Hertz, the car rental company.
Yeah, 304 billion.
304 billion. And he sold a large share, didn't he? He sold, I don't know how much exactly, but I believe his tax bill came to about 5 billion.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that?
Is so bad.
That's disgusting. 5 billion in tax. The government have never had that sort of income from one geezer. Never had that sort of money. So they must be laughing.
Wow.
They also had who called him out? World Health Organization, was it? Someone from WHO called him out and said just 10% of the rich, or 2% of the richest people in the world, said Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk. 2% of their wealth will solve world hunger.
Yeah.
They called him out, didn't they? And you're going to say something?
I am going to say something.
Go on.
I don't want to interrupt
you.
you. So a day ago, Forbes put out that he sold another 1 billion worth of stock.
Sold another billion.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yes, a couple of days ago.
Yesterday.
A couple of days before Christmas, then.
Yes, that's correct.
So he's cashing in. Why is he doing that? Because it's so overvalued. It's stupid not to.
I mean, if he really wanted to, when the price drops, he could just buy some of his shares back that are back on sale, because why not? It makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like when he bought Bitcoin before he said Tesla are accepting Bitcoin. Do you know what I mean?
Was that this year as well?
Yeah.
Ah, why don't we talk about that?
Well, it's involved in Tesla, I suppose.
True. But so, going back to like the stocks, it's almost like, so my analysis came up, don't go near it, don't touch it, but it's still skyrocketed. So it's almost like, not Tesla themselves, but Elon Musk is this anomaly in the stock market. He is, isn't he? The stuff he does to crypto, it's just not normal conditions for stock market. Like, it just doesn't work. It defies all the rules.
As you said, people aren't buying Tesla for Tesla. They're buying Tesla for Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Because of the unbelievable knowledge. Well, not knowledge, I suppose. Obviously, he's very knowledgeable, but the dreams that the guy has, the dreams that he's working towards to drive it, and the passion that he has to do that. And obviously, it's very true in that he set himself a goal to go to Mars, or he set himself a goal to go to space, or, and he's doing it. He's working towards it. He's grinding. So people can see that if you buy Tesla, it gets results. But obviously, you can't buy Elon Musk, can you? But you can buy a company, which is him. So that is why they do it.
That would be a cool fund, wouldn't it? Someone make an Elon fund. Just all the companies that he's involved with. Just buy into them. We're going to actually edit that out, because I want to start that.
We're going to start that. Talking of Tesla then, crypto and Bitcoin.
Mm.
Wow. Just wow. What a...
Crikey.
Yeah. I mean, Slab, get some searching.
Yep.
Price of Bitcoin in when was it Tesla that sort of went mental? Go to sort of price of Bitcoin from start of the year to end of the year.
Yeah.
Just as a rough guide, because I'd love to see what that is, because it's just what it's at now, or was it? I think it's just touching 60,000, isn't it?
I think it's literally come down, but
From the
yeah,
hypes of
it's-
what it was a few weeks ago, a few months ago, it's just wow.
So, start of the year was at 23,000.
What in January?
Yeah,
Yeah, and now it's come back down a bit, but it's at like 41,000 now.
That's phenomenal.
that's English pounds,
Yeah.
not US dollars.
Oh, okay.
Start of November, it was 48,000.
Unbelievable, isn't it? How unbelievable is that?
It's mental. I still don't really know enough about Bitcoin and
No.
cryptocurrencies personally.
The way
Definitely.
I've heard of people viewing Bitcoin is gold,
Right.
because there's a certain amount of coins that there is no more being made.
Yeah.
For instance, gold can only be found and melted once it's been produced. Bitcoin, you can't really do that, can you?
So it's a finite product. in a way.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
there is a cap. So yeah, the value. I can understand that. Yeah.
So I
But-
think that's the way of doing it. Whereas obviously Ethereum, it's a blockchain.
Which again, I don't.
No, I absolutely agree. But yeah,
But the thing, so when you're investing in the likes of, I was going to say Tesla, but I'll get away from Tesla. But like Apple, Nike, anybody, most companies in the S&P, they're producing a product. They're producing
services.
or goods, you know, and creating an income, generating money, and then they're like reimbursing you for your investment in dividends, or most of them do anyway, or a lot of them do. Whereas Bitcoin, which is a bit that baffles me, is you invest into Bitcoin, and it's just an exchange, and you turn it into your money into Bitcoin, and then you're hoping somebody comes along later and just pays more for the Bitcoin you bought. It doesn't create anything. It doesn't
Generate anything. Doesn't create a service for you at the moment. It
At the
doesn't
moment,
at the
yeah.
moment.
That's why it just baffles me how it's so hyped. It's just. That
But
makes sense.
even the increase of Ethereum's pretty mad. So, 1st of Jan, £530. Now it's up at 3,000.
Yeah, it's just what? Can you get that in percentage? Can you see what like percentage gain is?
Plus 724%.
It's unreal, isn't it? But obviously, Ethereum is a bit different because it comes into the world of NFTs, non-fungible tokens,
Way,
and
yeah.
buying art and substance. You can use it to buy stuff, whereas Bitcoin you can't at the moment. Obviously, Tesla was accepting it. It's now not anymore at the moment, is it?
I think some places are accepting Bitcoin.
Are they?
Yeah, you can buy. Level no, you can buy stuff with Bitcoin online, can't you? It's just
Yeah,
not
yeah, you can.
everyday
Yeah.
items like you feel. Like,
No,
It's
so like,
just-
yeah, some places online they will accept Bitcoin as a purchase option.
It doesn't matter. I wonder how they.
How do you work that out? Imagine how you buy a pound's worth of something from somewhere. It's like 0.0000001 Bitcoin.
Now, would you say it's more beneficial to charge in Bitcoin or less?
For the company, I'm going to say
Yeah.
it's more
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking.
because of the bit they get.
Spike up in value.
Exactly, yeah.
So there was a story, like when Bitcoin was tiny, that a guy bought a Domino's with his Bitcoin. Like he had 16 Bitcoins, like whole coins. And he bought a Domino's with it, and obviously now it would be worth 16 times.
Imagine how many pizzas you can
40,000.
get now. A lot of pizzas with one
It's a
Bitcoin
lifetime supply.
right now.
But it's unbelievable how far, and obviously the world evolves. 2007, no one knew what Forex was. Now, everyone pretty much in the financial side of things, or who is interested in finances, knows what Forex is. Bitcoin, it didn't exist in 2000s. No one really heard of it in the tens, a few people, but now everyone knows of it.
Yeah, it's news. It's a household. Is it a name? Household name? It is, isn't it, really?
And NFTs. A
Growing
lot
quick.
of people don't know anything about.
Do you want to talk about them real quick?
Well, I'm not really too up on my knowledge in NFTs. All I know, and it's a scary statistic, is that 98% of the world's population has no clue what an NFT, a non-fungible token, is. 98%.
It's a very, very, very large group of people.
That don't know. about NFTs.
Which is mad because it seems to be all over my Instagram.
All over social media, all over Facebook, people buying art that's digital that people think they can copy and paste it, but they can't.
Which again blows my mind because there's no true value in that. In those pictures, really, there's no true value in them. Or is there?
It all depends on who's the creator of the art, isn't it?
So is it like people are buying into the Tesla stock? They're buying into Elon Musk stock.
They're buying the stock for Elon.
It's like the hype thing.
Like, for instance, Gary Vee, for a lot of people who don't know, and I've only recently sort of came into contact because I haven't really been following him or at all. I'm not really a big fan. But I knew, or I'd done some research recently, that he released a NFT. And the NFT that he released, or NFTs, I should say, sorry, was almost like a token.
Right.
So, for instance, if you was to buy, they're all doodles as well. You drew them himself because he's a bit of a doodler, apparently. But he'd draw like a caterpillar or something, or a fish. And if you bought that NFT, you could use that picture, that token, non-fungible token, you could use that token to go fishing with Gary Vee for 3 times a year. Or, it could be like a book, a notepad and book or something. And that means that if you bought that for a certain amount of Ethereum, that you could have a meeting 3 times with Gary Vee for a certain amount of time. So, in some respects, some people are using it in the correct way. It's not art; it's a token.
It's another currency.
It's another currency. Yeah, it's something that, for instance, you're paying him in Ethereum cryptocurrency, and in that payment, you're receiving his time.
In a way, he has turned NFT into a currency, into a wealth builder, a wealth creation tool. Because if it is just his doodles that take 10 minutes, and I guess he gives it to one of his many people that he's got on his team to create the NFT and digitize it, sells it for probably horrendous money.
Yeah.
Probably in Ethereum, isn't it?
Yes.
No,
so some are and some aren't.
Okay.
I've heard of Ethereum is having a bit of problems at the moment with certain few things, but some companies are sort of using different cryptocurrencies now to buy NFTs. But at the moment, Ethereum is the sort of the main thing.
But then I guess he cashes in whatever cryptocurrency he sold it. Cash that into US dollars.
If he wants to, unless he wants to have it as a payment that he thinks crypto is still going to go up, and he just keeps it in holdings.
Good point.
Because I heard that again recently, someone bought a token of his, and they paid $40,000 US for that token, and I think it was like a meal out with his family or something for a certain amount of time. So it's unreal the market that NFTs, non-fungible tokens, causing. But they've been around for years, like we found out the other day.
Indeed,
unbelievable.
So I was talking to my housemates about this. We watched Ready Player One because one of the boys was hyped about this metaverse. You know what? Facebook trying to create, Meta trying to create. Ready Player One is sort of a film from back there. I think it was a Spielberg film, and he's tried to predict what it's going to be like in 2050. They're not too far away. And we got talking, and it just evolved. And basically, NFTs, these have been about for years. I brought it up. He's been doing them for years with his FIFA points. He puts money into his FIFA account and buys these. You get card packs with you get gold,
like
silver.
Special football players or whatever.
Yeah, for your teams, and you go and you play these teams out in the world against other people, and you go, oh, this guy's got a good player. I'm going to buy this player pack, and they're NFTs in ways, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're just digital. They consider them assets, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
The
non-fungible, you can't reuse them.
Exactly that. Yeah. They're absolutely worthless, but not at the same time.
Yeah.
It's baffling. And same with what's a huge cartoon game that you kill people? Free roaming game. The free roaming cartoon game.
Battle Royale. It's called Battle Royale thing.
The biggest one that kids you get gamers, streamers on Slab. You're a streamer.
Really cartoony.
Fortnite.
That's it.
I've never played that in my life. I've never played Fortnite.
You know of it. I thought you'd get it. Fortnite. They have something called V-Bucks. You put your own British pounds, dollars in, and then you can convert them into V-Bucks, and you can buy avatars and different guns and like costumes and stuff.
Do you know
like
what I love about that? You didn't know the name, but you knew it was called V-Bucks.
that the currency stayed in my head. But
You're going to walk around and start calling it B-Bucks, butts and bucks.
hey, coming soon. Hey, you buy a meal out with me.
Yeah.
Pay a certain amount of B-bucks.
We'll go out with you, Jesus Christ.
Hey.
But yeah, it's unbelievable. Like you said, they've been around for years. And now it's just sort of I think it's started to break social media and it's becoming around the world's population.
But well, as you said, it's only 2% of the population. So imagine when 10% of the population know, boom, so is it time to get on the train? Anyone want to buy a FS NFT? Available soon.
Yeah, exactly.
Express your interest.
So that's the thing. I've found it's not just images. You can do music as well.
Yeah.
So I know Tory Lanez released one of his albums on there. Like I think it was $500, and now it's like 30,000.
Yeah.
I'm confused. So he released an album.
Yes. So obviously it'll have an image as the cover, but I'm guessing in the file of the image you can release music in there as well.
Yeah, but so was it just be the one album? He's only released one album, so one person's got it.
No. So I think I think you can set how many people can buy it.
Right.
It's just like tokens.
Yeah.
100 tokens, basically.
Okay.
So I think it's all like 300.
300
So 300 people out of 7 million
have paid £30,000 for this album.
No, so he was selling it on his for $500, I think. Or something. Well, it might have been less.
So someone's bought it for 500. He sold it initially 500.
And now
price has now gone up.
So they're now reselling in the resale market.
30,000.
Blimey, O'Reilly. So he's not done very well off of that. He should have done something better.
I bet he's kept some behind though.
Well, oh yeah, and
So
I
he
bet
just released
he's done better than what he would have got from Spotify, Apple Music, and so on.
straight
Just
up.
doing it there.
Yeah.
He's probably made a fantastic payday.
Yeah.
Good on him. Who was it? Tory
Lane.
Okay.
And eventually, when he wants to release it publicly, he can then IP that intellectual property. And So now he's sold it. He got the pre-release on Buy My NFT, and now I'm going to release it to the public through Apple. So now I've got two income streams coming. I've got the NFTs that people are still fighting over, and now I've got Apple, Spotify.
That's it, paying him royalties for every single
time it's played.
He must have a good manager or a good, very smart geezer.
Right, moving on from NFTs.
Yeah, sorry, that was.
I think it was end of September, start of October in the UK. I don't know how it started. I was away at the time. Fuel prices. Sorry, fuel.
Well, we're not all away.
Shortage.
Well, we're not all away.
Yeah,
we're all in Sochi, weren't we?
Yeah, we were.
That's right. Yeah, so this was interesting. We just remember hearing talks about it when we were going home. I think I remember the chief going, something about fuel, just a bit of a moan. And you know when you just don't listen to it, it goes over your head.
Yeah. It's funny though, isn't it? It's just...
and I remember getting back and I had to go into the workshop to get me COVID tests and stuff. But they asked, have you got any fuel in your car? I was like, that is the weirdest thing to ask in the world. Like, what's that? There's fuel shortage. What are they? It was that they claimed it to be a shortage, didn't they?
Yeah, because they've run out of HGV drivers. Because it all stemmed from companies like M&S and BP and all the big supermarket brands were saying that we're running out of drivers, HGV driver shortage. And then companies started paying.
Wasn't it only two companies, like BP and...
It was BP that said they were short of drivers, HGV drivers. But obviously because initially the media said that
it was
the UK are short of drivers, HGV drivers.
But do you know why they were short?
Go on.
Because they were retiring. Truck drivers, obviously an older generation, you don't really see that many young drivers. So they've all got to a certain point of age and they've all just started to retire.
Yeah.
So they have run out of drivers just due to
the stock's
retirement.
Not replenishing, we're not.
Yeah.
It's funny to think about that because we've got 4 truckers at work that are below the age of 40.
Yeah.
It's mad. But anyway, carry on. As you were saying.
BP.
So it was BP.
So that's the media being assholes.
Yeah.
Because they just blew something massively out of proportion. I remember driving home from the airport from Sochi. No, it was late at night.
No, it wasn't. It was in the morning.
Was it?
Yeah. You flew in the
Oh
morning.
yeah, of course. We were at the terminal. But yeah. Driving home and I remember going past the BP garage. And they were queuing out onto the road to get into it. I thought that was the weirdest thing in the world. I thought something major had happened. And it blew my mind. But it's all just because the media filling us full of lies.
False accusations and
half truth.
Yeah.
And really playing on those half truths. And it shows you how susceptible we are to that sort of thing. Like a little bit bad news and the country goes into crisis. Really, really quite scary.
It just, as we said, it's almost like a clickbait. If you release a piece of content, you release a piece of something, and everyone, unfortunately, a lot of people do it on YouTube because you need to get views. And what they do are, my car's blown up. But it hasn't just blown up. You've just, I don't know, you've set it on fire or something.
Let a cracker off inside.
Yeah, exactly. My car's blown up. But to get the clickbait, they have to release a title that people will click on, click per view, and so on and so forth, and their sponsors will pay the fee, and that's what they do. The media's probably not the same, obviously, but
the media
in certain ways it is.
But I think they do have a hidden agenda a lot of the time.
They've got to have a views per store or something, haven't they?
They buy something so bad. But, hey, that's a whole nother.
But it's unbelievable the effect it had on people's lives. I mean, again, I'm gonna sound like a right sucker here. I was actually eating breakfast, watching the news, and I rarely ever watch the news, and I'm being serious. I just can't stand it unless if I need to know something. It's quite commonly found about the workshop or about the workplace or anywhere. If it's just useless stuff, that sometimes is spread by the media, that I don't want the noise in my head. I don't want that. But I was on there this morning, one morning watching it, and you just saw, an old woman. I'll say old woman, late 50s, early 60s, just crying, saying, I've got to get to work. I've got to go and see my grandkid, and I haven't got any fuel in my car. And she's like on empty. But then you'll see Bob the Builder turn up in his big transit van, who's got 3/4 of a tank, and he's got 4 jerry cans in his back, filling it up. So he's now got 100 litres of fuel, plus whatever he's got in his van. And it's just like, no wonder that she can't get to the fuel station. It's just people unnecessarily filling up when they don't need to.
Yeah, panic buying.
Yeah. And it was the same with toilet roll back in COVID. Who ever decided to panic buy toilet roll?
But that's maybe part of the mindset of the UK, because it happened. Toilet roll and pasta just disappeared off shelves,
and tin beans and stuff like that. Wasn't it?
Yeah. So it's like they've started to see a slight shortage or a slight demand has gone up, and everyone's gone, I need to get on that.
Yeah.
I need me some of that, because everyone's, it's like they're looking out for themselves. I guess.
Yeah.
They're like, if I don't get on that, I'm gonna miss out, and I'm going to die, so I can't wipe my bum, or I can't eat my beans. That's the mindset of the UK. They hear a little bit. They're just scared of missing out. Yeah. They don't want to miss out on the pasta and toilet roll, or not having fuel in their car. And it's a bit sad.
It is sad, but unfortunately, I think there's just some people out there that no matter what you tell people or how you tell them, it's going to be okay. There's not going to be a shortage, and there wasn't a shortage, but there is a shortage if you overbuy your stock.
Yes, it created
that creates a shortage. That is why there is a shortage. So every time you go to Tesco's and you buy 20 cans of beans when you need 2, but a lot of people I saw after COVID, I've got 20,000 rolls of toilet roll in my house. It's just like, well, what are we going to do? They've got a 2 or 20-year supply of toilet roll in their house that they're never going to need again. It's just, I can understand people wanted to do it, and I completely. I'm not going to say you're the wrong person for doing it or you're the right person for doing it, but you shouldn't have done it because there wouldn't have been a shortage if you did.
Yeah.
So, next,
moving on.
2020 football.
Yes.
What happened?
The 2020 Euros in 2021.
Exactly.
Again,
the Euros.
So I'm just going to be negative Nancy just right now. Did you see the was it? Did we make it to the final? Yeah, we did. That's right. I can't.
Were you watching it? But
I did watch it as well, but I can't remember. I remember seeing images of a load of people storm the gate at Wembley.
Yes, yeah.
Because they really wanted to get in or something. I don't know why. I guess they want to get in drunk. At least we're doing it in our own country this time. We're not in Russia. And
yeah, true.
That. But it was mad to see that. That's right.
Just people storming the gates.
Yeah, it's just a shame, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, just not unnecessary.
Realistically, and I'm not going to wheel on anyone's bonfire here because I love going to watch football live. But for people that storm the gate, you could have watched it 5 times as better at home. You could have had a beer, you could have your friends around, you could have chilled out, you could have got Domino's or other pizza places are available. And you could have just sat home, watched every single kick of the football on TV, every single moment because your mates are around, the atmosphere's there, you're having a great time. Storming the gates, you've created a scene, you've probably spent the night in a cell, you haven't done yourself any favours at all, but people still done it.
Yeah.
It's just weird.
It's really weird. I don't understand it myself. I know what you mean by going to. So me and Slab went to the NFL.
Yes,
Tottenham Stadium.
Unreal.
It was epic.
The feeling is amazing. The atmosphere is amazing.
It is epic.
But the reason you bought a ticket, you travelled there, you had a ticket, you had a seat, you had somewhere to sit, you knew who you were going with, your friends you were going with you.
It's calm as
Grand
nuts.
time.
No one was chasing us or trying to get us out there.
Yeah, exactly.
It was brilliant. But also at the same time, I think I'd have seen more if I was watching it on the telly.
Yeah, 100%.
It's like you'd be talking to each other or you'd lose track of something. You're looking at, at one point there was a geezer making a tower full of beer cups. He was getting everyone to throw in beer cups from all over the stadium. And Stack could make a huge pyramid. I think we were watching that for a good 5-10 minutes while they were playing the game. Like we stopped watching the game to just watch it because it's a bit of fun. But so I guess they can't even argue really that they're diehard fans because they didn't probably see much of the game.
No, they're more interested in doing beer cup pyramids than they're watching the NFL.
Well, I meant going back to the England supporters smashing through the gates.
Oh yeah,
you can't argue they're diehard fans because they're ruining it for everyone else. It's just not quite
the right way. Yeah,
bad mentality. Let's.
But I suppose on a positive note, it's like the one time the whole of the UK actually come together.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, I suppose as a nation,
it was cool.
But yeah, we are quite supportive of the sports that we undertake. And obviously, football is, I think, one of the biggest sports in the UK, or it probably is the biggest sport in the UK. So, there's no doubt in our minds that we came together as a nation to support.
Didn't it go to penalties against Italy? Was it Italy?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Oh, it did go. I just remembered the penalties and getting.
Yeah, it was terrible. We ain't going to talk about that.
Heartbreaking misery.
Moving on to another sporting event that sometimes we're not very good at and sometimes we're actually amazing at, the Olympics.
The Olympics. Got some fun facts for you. So do you know who won the Olympics? No one ever says who wins the Olympics, do they?
China, wasn't it?
I've got it down here as the States.
No.
I think it might have been the States. No?
So this is what USA do it all the time. So they put it out who wins on the most gold medals, not most medals overall.
Okay. So they do it on gold tally, not on overall tally.
Yeah.
The Butson's on the US website because he thinks.
Yeah. .com.
Oh
Olympic.
no, I've got it wrong.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to read these out anyway. So, all right, in top gold medal country winners, medalists? Yeah, that's the one. So it was the States, then China. So States came in with 39.
Gold medals.
Gold.
Unbelievable.
Goldness. Are they pure gold or are they just sort of like an alloy?
I think it's just gold plated. I don't think it's solid.
I was going to say, because they must be worth a fortune.
Yeah.
Like, imagine
having them back 20, 30 years ago. Solid, like, every sick. Just thinking, my investors' mind thinking of.
So, do you want to Burt way in the middle?
Yeah.
change career directions. I'm going to Olympian. I'm going to win gold.
Get paid in gold medals. China came in with second, 38. And then Japan in P3 with 27. Guess where Great Britain came?
7th.
Well, I'm just going to go off like golds.
Okay.
We came fourth.
I was going to say fourth in gold.
Really good. 22 golds, which ain't not bad.
In golds.
In gold. 21 silvers, 22 bronze.
You know what? It's unreal to think of how small our nation is overall. Realistically, compared to the US, we are minuscule. We're tiny.
Oh,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, with the US being number 1 and us being number 4, the amount of people in this country compared to the US as well.
Compared to Russia, who was B5, and then like Australia, the size actually the people they've got, it is impressive.
As a nation, we are unbelievable at sports.
Yeah, we're pretty damn good at sports, and so varied. I don't know. Could you get up some of the medals the gold medals that we won? Like, because we had rowing. Did we have any running? We did have some runners, I think.
For gold medal?
Yeah. What gold medals did we win? Because I've only just got the total, not.
That's for the Olympics, not the Paralympics, isn't it?
Yes.
Look at the Paralympics.
I forgot that went on.
Out of interest. Because I know that even the Paralympics, we won. I think we won gold in wheelchair rugby.
Did we?
I think so. Yeah.
Mate, Paralympics, we came P2
Yeah, exactly.
in gold medals.
Yeah.
Oh, and actually in total medals, 124 medals in total, only losing to China, who had 207. Fair play. They run away with. China have got 96 gold.
Yeah, unbelievable. But even so, as a Paralympic,
That's
again,
awesome. Yeah, that's
P4
incredible.
and P2. Oh, sure. Let me turn it around the other way. P2 and P4. That sounds a bit better.
Yeah. Well, that is incredible. That's just awesome.
Yeah, as our little nation.
Should celebrate that more. Celebrate that kind of stuff more.
But it's not. All the Olympic sports are obviously streamed and advertised, but not many people know about that. That's stat. You know what I mean?
No, go on.
Our gold medals.
Hit us.
So cycling, which was cross country, not general road.
This is Olympics, yeah.
Olympics,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, Olympics. Diving in the synchronized.
Oh, of course, yeah. Tom Daly is.
Did you get one? Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Swimming. In both the 100 meters breaststroke and 200 meter freestyle, and then we won the 4 by 200.
Yeah, that was a good race. 4 people, 200 meters.
Like a relay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
We won in the women's BMX race,
Yeah, we did.
Oh,
which
cool.
was massive.
Yeah.
Because it's normally USA that always wins that.
Freestyle as well, didn't we get a medal in freestyle?
Swimming.
Freestyle BMX.
I've not got down to that yet.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
That's right.
Women's freestyle BMX.
We try and reach out to these athletes to get them on the phone.
I think we need to.
And we also won the mixed 4 by 100 medley swimming.
Yeah.
Which is also really big because it's normally USA that dominate swimming all over.
Yeah. Go on, England. Great
Pommel horse, Max Whitlock.
Again.
Gymnastics. That's mad impressive, isn't it?
It's like a second gold medal, third gold medal, isn't it?
Yeah, he's been like no, I think it's more than that. He's been the most successful gymnast for Great Britain ever.
That's a title
In history.
That is a great title. But to be fair, he's almost a household name because I know his name. I don't know gymnastics at all.
No.
I know it's hard and
What else?
I
A
couldn't
lot
do
of sailing. We won 3 gold sailing medals. I don't understand.
I thought we did sailing because we're pretty good at sailing.
Oh, we do sailing.
Year after
but
year.
Yeah.
We do. Shut.
More cycling.
Right, Maddie.
Boxing. We won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a nation,
We're pretty damn
good, aren't we?
Yeah, we got
are
some
pretty
good. We have good points in our low.
Can you get the Paralympics up real quick?
Yeah.
We're not going to. We won't dwell on it too much, obviously, because the episode's quite
Yeah,
long.
come on. People want to hear about invest.
Yeah. This is a special news week. This is a Christmas week. We can prolong our.
It's Christmas.
This.
Everybody. So why don't we talk about something Christmassy? Should we? What's the next subject?
Well, actually, I want to talk about the shortage. Christmas present shortage.
Ah, the supply chain.
Yeah, everyone's seen that going on.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me just hear this statistic before we carry on. Paralympic statistic
I can't find it.
on the double. What? All right, forget about that.
Sacked.
Yeah, shortage of overall presents. Now, this started again in November, like early November, late October. People were saying, "Buy Christmas presents early. Buy Christmas presents early," because the UK, the US, there's going to be a shortage. Containers from China, the Suez Canal blockage, all of that. It's taken 10 days for a container to get through customs, and the usual the 2.
Yes.
So everyone's saying buy. What are they doing? Trying to create
demand.
all over again. The fuel shortage it's coming back. It's all coming back, and it did a little bit. Right, it wasn't as bad as what we thought it would be.
Yep.
But it still happened. You could still get what we wanted to, and it wasn't. The shelves weren't completely empty. Favorite kids' toy, or our favorite toy. Peppa Pig's my favorite, but all I'm saying, it's just. But overall, it's just, it's just another thing that the media portrayed, and maybe it was true, maybe it wasn't true, but unfortunately, we'll never really know. The only person that will know is the person who went to go and get a toy that didn't actually get a toy in time.
True. I know what you mean. I don't know about you guys, but I always do my Christmas shopping. I've not done it yet.
I was away, weren't I?
You've been away. You got a good excuse.
So I had to do mine in November.
Oh, you got it done before?
Yeah, well, I had to, didn't I? because I'll go away.
No.
What? So I'm sorry.
When did you get back on the 19th?
On 19th, yeah.
Yeah, so-
No, 18th. Got back yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
You got plenty of time. Don't panic. What do you do? I just go into town and just literally buy a
But do your family expect presents? That's the thing. Do they expect you to give something?
No, but it's tradition that we do.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, I don't know.
I had a good thing the other day. A friend, he said that his family don't buy each other presents; they gift presents to a charity.
Oh, nice.
So I thought that was so good.
Yeah.
Like that's such a great idea. I didn't know why, and obviously with having kids in the family, it's a bit different because obviously they kind of expect presents, so you get them presents. But sort of the rest of the money that I don't have, I have left over, I'm probably going to start donating to a charity for Christmas.
Epic.
Because I think that's just a great idea for because realistically, if you go to a parent and say, "What do they want?" Oh, can I have a new air fryer, please? You don't need it, Mum. You don't need an air fryer.
Yeah.
You might need a new air fryer, but you're not going to get one. I'm going to donate it to charity instead. So I
like
think
that.
for people that haven't done that, I think that's quite a good idea for maybe next year that people are listening to this to. They can do this for next year. I think it's a great idea to do.
That is a great idea. I really like that.
Rather than buying family
Something
useless presents that they're
Yeah.
going to use for 3 months and chuck away,
Because I do buy useless presents.
i.e. a consumable.
Yes.
You donate to charity.
I really like that.
But for kids that can't afford presents, families that can't afford presents, donate to charity and make their Christmas special.
Oh, mate. That's pretty cool.
To round off our podcasting.
Yeah.
Been a good year for the Francis podcast.
Well, we launched. Number of episodes released.
Yeah.
Growing.
I think we're getting better. Podcasting.
I think there's no doubt we're getting better. Listen
And
to that first one again. Oh, my word.
I think we're only going to get better as well. So in the next podcast, we are going to be releasing something that everyone needs to do to hit the ground running for 2022. But what is it? What we're
Planning
gonna
your
do.
year out.
Exactly.
So this one obviously just a bit of a mess about, but next week's one is going to be really, really good for you guys. Going to be so much value. It's basically how me and Dods will set up our year for 2022. Loads of tips, tricks, and like actionable like things you can do to really give yourself a boost into the year. Get organised, get on top of it, and just feel. You know how January can feel a bit. You're all over the place. You're a bit depressed because it's January. It's cold, windful, miserable. You just come back off holiday, so you're back at work. Everyone's like normally a good mood, but it's January. Just everyone's upset.
No one's got any money because they spent all their presents. At
Yeah, it's
Christmas,
always the
just-
toughest month of the year.
Yeah.
So it's a bad time of year. But if you can just get your mindset around being on top of the entire year before it's even started, it's like head start.
Yeah, exactly.
Feel great.
And yeah, you go into January with a year planned out. You know sort of what your goals are. We're going to talk about it in more detail anyway, and we're going to give you a step-by-step process on how to plan a year out as well. And we're also going to release some videos on that as well. So make sure you pay attention to the YouTube channel and obviously our Instagram, which will be in the links below. Click on them, like, subscribe, go and comment, get following the channel first before we get those released out. So
Apart from that, have you enjoyed your Christmas?
yeah, exactly. It's been a great year for everyone. Well, COVID's now in the decline, hopefully, so we shall see. But yeah, everyone, I hope you have a good Christmas, and we'll speak to you before the new year. Success is available for everyone, so why should you settle for less?